What if I told you there's a place in America where even lifelong locals, and where one simple rule has been passed down for generations? If you hear something in the woods, don't answer it. Millions of people visit the Appalachian Mountains every year. Most leave with breathtaking memories, but some leave with stories they can never explain, and a few never leave at all. Tonight, we're stepping deep into one of America's oldest and most mysterious mountain ranges, a place filled with legends, disappearances, strange sounds, and stories that even skeptics struggle to explain. So before we begin, lock your doors, turn down the lights, and whatever you do, don't whistle while watching this video, because according to Appalachian folklore, something might whistle back. Stretching over 2,000 miles from Alabama all the way to Maine, the Appalachian Mountains are among the oldest mountain ranges on Earth. Long before roads, cities, or even the United States existed, these mountains had already stood for hundreds of millions of years. Ancient forests blanket the hills, heavy fog rolls through the valleys, and in many places, cell phone service disappears within minutes. It doesn't take long before you realize something feels different. The deeper you go, the quieter everything becomes. No traffic, no people, just endless trees, and sometimes silence that's almost too perfect. Locals often describe the mountains as having a presence, not something they can see, but something they can feel. It's the strange sensation that you're no longer alone, that somewhere beyond the trees, something is quietly watching. Whether that's simply fear playing tricks on the mind, or something far older, depends on who you ask. For generations, families living in Appalachia have passed down warnings that outsiders often laugh at. Never follow mysterious voices into the woods. Never whistle at night. If you hear your name called from the forest, keep walking. Don't answer. Don't look back. Because according to local folklore, whatever called you was never human. The warnings don't stop there. In many Appalachian communities, there's an old saying that has survived for generations. If the forest suddenly goes silent, leave immediately. At first, that might sound like nothing more than superstition, but countless hikers have described experiencing the exact same thing. One moment, the woods are alive with birds, insects, and the rustling of leaves. Then, everything stops. No birds, no wind, no crickets, just complete silence. Many people say that's the exact moment they felt something was watching them. Some reported an overwhelming urge to run. Others said the silence lasted only a few seconds, but those few seconds felt like an eternity. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the sounds returned, as if nothing had ever happened. Coincidence? Maybe, but that's far from the strangest story hidden in these mountains. For decades, hikers have reported hearing voices deep in the forest. Sometimes it's a child laughing, sometimes it's someone crying for help, and sometimes it's a familiar voice, a friend, a family member, even someone who couldn't possibly be there. Several experienced outdoorsmen have shared stories of hearing someone repeatedly call their name from deep inside the trees. The voice sounds close enough to follow, almost inviting, almost comforting. But locals insist on one rule: never answer, never follow it. Because if you do, you may end up walking far deeper into the wilderness than you ever intended. There are also countless reports of people feeling as if they're being followed, not seeing anything, just hearing slow footsteps behind them. Step, step, step. Whenever they stop walking, the footsteps stop too. They turn around. Nothing. Only endless trees disappearing into the fog. Some hikers describe catching brief glimpses of tall,
Road trip.
dark figures standing between the trees, always just far enough away that their features can't be seen, and the moment you focus on them, they're gone. The Appalachian Mountains have also been the site of numerous unexplained disappearances over the years. While many can be explained by accidents, harsh weather, or difficult terrain, some cases leave behind questions with no clear answers. People have vanished on well-marked trails. Experienced hikers have disappeared without obvious signs of struggle. Search teams have spent days combing the forests, only to find almost nothing. These mysteries have only fueled the legends that something unknown may still roam these ancient mountains. Whether those stories have a supernatural explanation, or whether they're simply the result of one of the most vast and unforgiving wilderness areas in America, no one can say for certain. But one thing is undeniable. The Appalachian Mountains have a way of making even experienced adventurers feel incredibly small and completely alone. And according to those who know these mountains best, the deepest parts of Appalachia still hold secrets that... So, are the Appalachian Mountains actually haunted? No one can answer that with certainty. Skeptics argue that dense forests, isolation, wildlife, and the human mind can easily create fear and confusion in a place where visibility is limited and every sound echoes through the trees. It's easy to imagine things that aren't really there. But for the people who have lived in these mountains for generations, the stories are more than just folklore. They're warnings. Many long-time Appalachian families don't tell these stories to entertain people. They tell them because they believe someone ignored the warnings before them and paid the price. To this day, hikers continue sharing eerily similar experiences. The feeling of being watched, strange whistles coming from impossible directions, voices calling their names, dark figures standing silently between the trees, and that unsettling silence, the kind that makes every instinct tell you to leave. Could every single story have a logical explanation? Maybe. But when thousands of people, many of whom have never met, describe nearly identical experiences across hundreds of miles of wilderness, it makes you wonder if there's something about these mountains we still don't understand. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether monsters exist. Perhaps it's why so many people, from different places and different generations, keep telling the same terrifying stories. The Appalachian Mountains are breathtaking during the day. Rolling hills, ancient forests, endless beauty. But when darkness falls, everything changes. The familiar trails become unfamiliar. The shadows grow longer, and every sound seems just a little too close. Maybe that's why locals have one final piece of advice for anyone planning to explore these mountains after sunset. Respect the forest. Don't wander off the trail. Don't chase strange sounds. Don't answer voices you can't see. And if every bird, insect, and animal suddenly goes silent, don't stop to investigate. Just leave. Because whether the legends are true or not, the Appalachian Mountains have kept their secrets for millions of years, and they don't seem ready to give them up anytime soon. So the next time you find yourself deep in America's oldest mountains, take a look into the trees, listen carefully, and ask yourself one question. Are you really alone? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more real American mysteries and haunted places, and let me know in the comments, would you spend one night alone in the Appalachian Mountains?